Thanks everyone for coming today. As you know, Funspot's getting a new roller coaster, and this team has been tasked with coming up with a name. I'd like to start off with some brainstorming. Shout out suggestions. Remember, no name is stupid. We value everyone's input.
How about Goliath?
Get the fuck out of my boardroom, Ted.
But Goliath is a great name.
Out! Okay, where were we? Names, go.
Yeah, sir. What's the theme, though? I mean, that might help us come up with the name.
Good question, Larry. The theme is miners.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. I know, the Jailbate Express. Giggity, giggity.
No, dumbass, not those kind of miners. Miners, like, the ones that mine stuff in fucking mines.
Oh, wait, mine stuff? In Florida?
Okay, forget the mines, forget the fucking mines. Just come up with some names.
Okay, what about Wonder Woman's Lasso of Truth?
Barbara, we don't own the rights to Wonder Woman. Plus, nobody knows what the fuck a lasso is. More names, go!
Yeah. Well, that's fine. We can create our own strong female characters, yeah. And that lets us make tons of money, sir. Like with hats and t-shirts and... Oh, shit, I have the perfect name. Amazon Woman's Galactic Penetrator. Fuck yeah.
Not bad. I like where we're going, but I'm not sure if it speaks to today's woman. Sir, what do we own the rights to then?
We're fucking Funspot. We don't own the rights to shit. Yes, Roger.
We've used lightning before for one of our rides, so why not lightning rod?
Okay, let's reset. We've got a roller coaster. One that's going to fucking work, Roger. People have fun on roller coasters, right? Yes, they do. So we need a fun name that makes people want to ride the roller coaster. What's something fun you like to do?
Oh, me, big me.
You don't have to raise your hand, Larry.
Okay, yeah, well, for fun, I dress up like a fox, okay? With like a long fucking tail and ears. And I paint my nose, and I put on whiskers and shit. And then, there's fucking conventions. I go to conventions, and I cuddle with other, cute fox people. And, we talk about foxes and how awesome foxes are. And we tell stories about foxes, and we make up names for foxes. And then we take off all of our clothes and...
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, Larry. It's the best we've got so far. I'm going to write the fox on the board. Good suggestion.
Sweet.
Anyone else?
Hey, what about pun names?
Pun names! Good, that's right. Puns are good.
So, the coaster's on a really long track, right? And it's made of wood.
Right. Continue, great.
So, the big, long, hard Woody in my fun spot.
Fuck yeah! Penetrator! In her foxhole.
No. Family park. Family park.
Sir, if I may.
Yes, please, Roger. Anything.
The coaster has a barrel, right? And that's unusual for a wooden coaster. In fact, you might say it's pretty mind-blowing. Eh?
Yes, Roger, what's your point?
Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You might say it's a mind-blower.
Talk English, you son of a bitch.
A mind-blower. It's a pun on mind-blower. But it ties in with the theme. It's genius.
Roger, that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard. We can't use that. Every upstart shit-ass theme park podcast in the country will be making fun of us. Ride This One podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Welcome, assholes, to Ride This One, Episode 3. That means you made it through Episodes 1 and 2. Congratulations.
Yeah, and obviously, if you've made it this far, we have established that you are kind of a fucked up asshole, which is our kind of person.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to try to go over a lot today. So I figure, we'll just, dive right in with the biggest news story.
The Mind Blower.
Yes, the Mind Blower. Obviously, the most perfectly named ride of all time.
The only thing they missed is they missed the R. It should be Mind Blower instead of
Mind Blower.
Mind Blower.
Mind Blower.
Mind Blower.
Yes. No, I shit you not. When that announcement came for the name of that ride, Super Bowl Sunday, and shock and surprise, everybody. I'm not a big, Super Bowl guy.
Really? Your gay ass doesn't watch Super Bowl?
Well, I do if it's a team I give a fuck about, but two shitty teams, why am I going to care?
Exactly. The cheaters won, so, that's all I got to say.
I wish you both would have lost. And the sad thing is I actually know what you're talking about. So I've been hanging around too many straight people.
Everybody should. That's all I got to say is everybody should. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you've been in the theme park a little too long.
Well, I think I've just been hanging around too many straight people. Y'all are rubbing off on me with your weird pussy juice. It's awful. I feel dirty.
Well, just all you got to do to fix that is go on the Mind Blower and have mind blown.
Real quick. Okay. Call out to our friend Adam, who's been mentioned on almost every episode. Coaster Cron Adam, who coined the best t-shirt, which has to happen. I got mine blown at Funspot. And if that is not a t-shirt next year, I'm going to be so pissed off.
If it's not available by next year, you can get it from the Ride This One shop. Because, give me money. I understand. That's Evil Mike. Evil Mike had a really good point.
But no, seriously, that has got to be a shirt. But no, when it was named, obviously they did it during the Super Bowl. I was on Facebook at the time when all of a sudden it hit my feed. Someone took a picture of their TV and there it was, Mind Blower. I immediately grabbed that picture and I sent it to you. Right, I sent it to Glass.
Yes.
And I loved your response. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I remember exactly what I said. I said, oh my fucking goodness, they named this ride specifically for the Ride This One podcast. They were listening and they're like, the guys that Ride This One podcast will absolutely love the name of this ride. We're naming it for them. And have you seen the fucking commercial?
I have.
I would love to have that guy on our show. He's either amazing in personality or a bore until you get the camera on him. It's brilliant.
You have to watch it. He is this bald, excited Lex Luthor, / Six Flags CEO.
It's like that Six Flags CEO guy if he lost weight.
I am not Lex Luthor.
I am not Jim Reed Anderson.
Jim Reed Anderson. No, it's not because he's in my basement. It's the best. I want to know who this guy is. I want to know what his name is, and we gotta have him on the show. We have to.
Absolutely. So if you're listening to us, Guy from the commercial, or anybody who knows Guy from the commercial, have him give us contact. Ride the RTO Slater, RTO Goliath on Twitter. Ride This One on Facebook, and we even have a phone number.
26 Ride This or 267-433-8447. You can call or text. Fucking do it. But what I want to go ahead and do is, even though you can't see the video, I do want to go ahead and play the audio for you all. because the audio itself is so entertaining for this Funspot Super Bowl commercial. So we'll go ahead and play
this
that
was
real
now
quick.
this was not a national Super Bowl commercial. This was a local Super Bowl commercial. So they didn't end up spending as much as they would spend on the coaster on the commercial, and it shows quite a bit.
Funspot America wants to thank you for 19 huge years. Celebrating people, creating fun, and making memories is our promise to you. And in 2017, we're proud to announce the Mind Blower. It's a wooden roller coaster that goes upside down. That's right, a wooden roller coaster going upside down. It's a one of a kind in America. So bring your friends, bring your family, heck, bring your in-laws, because you're gonna have your best day ever.
A wooden coaster that goes upside down? Oh my God!
The first in America.
Yeah, apparently.
The first of its kind in America. Even though you have 2 5 hours away from you.
I have one 3 hours from me. I have another one in Chicago 5 hours from me. And there's yet another one from the same damn company in the Wisconsin Dells. So they can't even claim that hybrid thing. I'm trying to figure out where they're getting this idea. Right? Like,
well, I mean, it's not unlike coaster parks to actually make up stupid firsts.
even so, I absolutely love this commercial, and I love this guy. He's so excited, and he has to be like the owner or an owner's son.
He has to be related or be to work there at some point, or they just got a casting company said, hey, give me somebody who looks like Lex Luthor but is skinnier. Maybe that was.
Oh gosh, I kind of hope it's an actor, because that's like the best thing ever. I imagine, Mom, Dad, I'm leaving the farm. No, honey, why? Where are you going? I'm going to the big lots of Orlando, Florida. I'm going to make it big, I tell you. I'm going to make it big. I'll show you. I'll show Daddy. And here he is, Funspot commercial, so excited. No, he has to be the general manager, right?
He does. I mean, I've watched other Funspot videos, and it's him, so he has to be like the general manager. So come, Mr. General Manager, give us a call. We'll have you on. You can tell us about Funspot Style or whatever cool things that are going on down at Funspot Orlando.
Exactly. And actually, I love that you dropped in there Funspot Style. Seriously, we'll put a link to that one as well. I'm not saying anything other than if you don't watch that video, you are missing out on something amazing.
Amazing. Almost amazing as some new stuff coming down to King's Dominion. I was at the Ace event a couple weeks ago at Six Flags Over Georgia, and the King's Dominion was there, and they announced that they are having the battle for King's Dominion.
And this is perfect because let's be real. I mean, we're going from mind blower, terribly named ride over to this story. And Goliath, explain for people, what exactly is Battle for King's Dominion? I mean, obviously we've all heard of Battle for Cedar Point. It's similar, right?
If you haven't heard of Battle for Cedar Point, we are having Battle for King's Dominion. The one thing that King's Dominion added, there's really more coming, was they added Wi-Fi. And the reason they added Wi-Fi is so that they could do the augmented reality game that they had at Cedar Point. It's called Battle for King's Dominion. And if you look at the map, the superheroes that you can choose from are Intimidator. He'll make you gray out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. That kind of makes sense.
Volcano. You have Dominator, which...
Oh, is that Julie's ride?
Yeah, that's Julie's ride. That's exactly it. That's Julie's ride.
Awesome.
You have Avalanche.
See, now that is not a hero name. That is a disaster. That's a natural disaster.
It's less of a hero name. Flight of Fear.
I don't think I want to be saved by someone called Flight of Fear.
Neither do I.
I don't understand the point of this. All of these terrible... These are not hero names. It's just,
No.
I can't connect with this. Like, this is terrible. This is really bad. And was this popular at Cedar Point anyways?
We've got to do something. Pokemon Go's dying, and we need something to kill your batteries in the park. Why not go to augmented reality VR? Now, here's the one thing that I noticed is all of those rides are on the same side of the park. So my theory as an IT guy is they're probably going to be putting a nice Wi-Fi hotspot setup on one side of the park, and then you go over to Dinosaurs Alive and Grizzly and Ricochet, and you're like, damn, can you hear me now? No Wi-Fi whatsoever.
And you know what? I feel like, okay, Ricochet. I buy that as a superhero name. The Ricochet.
Ricochet would totally work as a superhero name.
Grizzly works. I mean, I imagine this big old gay bear with an axe. He's the Grizzly, and he's he's gonna bend you over for justice.
He'd be part of the Triple X-Men.
Triple X-Men. Exactly. Ooh, I'm sure that's a thing. I need to look that up.
Rule 34. I'm sure it exists.
Rule 34. Oh, it does. You know it does.
I mean, Rebel Yell would work as a name for a superhero.
Yeah, I mean, it would. I'm not really sure, though, why they picked this. But, you know, it's funny because it got us thinking. You put this in other parks with other rides. What are they going to do? What are they going to possibly use for their heroes? And, man, it can get pretty bad.
I hear you guys are getting an amazing superhero called Fire in the Hole.
Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. His superpower is, now you have fire shits. Or no, actually, I guess it's more like, and now you have a venereal disease.
Come to Silver Dollar City for a venereal disease and Ozzy Osbourne's Christmas Light Spectacular.
I rode Fire in the Hole, and all I got was chlamydia. Oh, gosh, this is... I do kind of want this to come to other parks.
Dollywood would have some good rides. I mean, you know, Wild Eagle would be a good superhero name.
It would. It would.
Whistlepunk Chaser, on the other hand. Hey, y'all come over here.
Come over here. Do y'all have any Coke? I'm looking for some Coke. I'll suck your dick for some Coke. And that is, I think, the personality of Whistlepunk Chaser.
I mean, the logo is a giant cock.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
Let's just look at it. The logo is a giant cock. If you haven't seen the Whistlepunk Chaser logo, it is a giant cock.
Okay, I'm looking this up.
The quote-unquote
now.
whistle is a giant cock.
Oh my god. That is a giant cock. Oh my god. This is a children's ride. This is a children's ride. That is Dollywood. I expected more. Yeah, I don't know if I did. I mean, their spokesperson is basically tits with a face.
And then there's Dolly Parton.
Right. Exactly. Oh my gosh. So what what are some other names? What are some other great superhero, like terrible superhero names?
If you guys have a superhero name, tweet us using hashtag RTO Superheroes.
Hashtag RTO Superheroes. I want to hear them. What's the worst? It doesn't have to be a roller coaster, just a ride, any park.
I got a brilliant one. There's a park called Funplex that has a roller coaster called Big O.
Big O? No, what is Big O's superpower, though?
Oh, Big O. Fake orgasms.
Oh, or maybe real ones. Ooh, that could be my... He makes you come just right there on the spot. You come, it just stops you dead in your tracks.
A Pinafari Zyklon that makes you come immediately.
Oh God. No. That can't be possible.
That's some really fucked up shit you're into, Slater, but I understand.
Oh, God. Okay. You know what? Now, with the thought of the pain in my balls that brings me, I'm going to move away from this. Let's talk about Anakista. Which sounds...
Anakista. Another fucking gondola in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg.
Yes. They already have, what was it? Is it Ober Gatlinburg?
They have Ober Gatlinburg. They have the sky lifts from Gatlinburg up to the mountain as well. And now we've got another one. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire.
Is it just me, or there are a lot of places just copying each other now out there? There's not like a lot of like, oh, we're doing something exciting and new. We're like, oh, well, this is working, so now we're going to spend millions just building the same fucking shit.
Well, let's just be honest. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's always been out there. How many fucking go-kart tracks do you need on one 6-mile stretch?
True. How many mini golf places do you need? How many airbrush t-shirt places do you need? I mean,
More.
It's true.
Well, the question is, how many does Dan need? They're all there for Dan, so, you know.
They're all in business because of Dan and his fucking t-shirts, but, you know, that's okay.
But not only are we getting another gondola ride, we're also probably getting another mountain coaster.
Oh, no, definitely. It's on their website that there's a mountain coaster that's going in. So what number is this for you guys? Like, seriously, is this like number 8? It's up
probably
there?
Something like that.
7 or 8?
7 or 8, but that gives you another thing to pad your coaster count.
Well, here's the problem is, how much are those? Those are $15 a piece. So now you're looking at like over $100 for a person if you want to go ride them all. Ouch, you know? And here's the thing. This has happened really quick, like a couple of years ago. I mean, I think, 5 years ago? If that long ago was the first one that came out there? I don't even think it's been that long. I think it's like 3 years, like 3 or 4 at the very most.
All of a sudden, everybody's like, "Ooh, I want a mountain coaster. I want a mountain coaster."
And I get it. They're great. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. I think the mountain coasters are fun. I love them.
You even count them as a actual coaster credit, don't you?
Yes, I fucking do, because they fucking count.
Padding.
No, okay, fuck you.
Padding.
First of all, there's a simple rule of what makes a roller coaster. And a roller coaster is simply, it runs on a track, and it's controlled by gravity. You go up a fucking lift hill, and it lets you off the lift hill, and you go down the track, and there's helixes and everything go down, and you hit the brakes at the end. The only difference is you're in control of the braking. That's it. That's the only difference. How is it not a roller coaster?
So okay, I guess it could be considered a roller coaster. You can even control your own descent. I mean, if you can control your own descent, you can choose not to slow down and, run into the car in front of you and lose a leg, right? I hear you had something similar to that, didn't you?
Well, I didn't, but my mother did. Okay.
Is she in porn now? I mean, that's a great way to get into porn, from what I've heard.
Losing a leg is a great way to get into porn. Unfortunately, we were not that lucky.
Aww.
My dreams of my mother in porn. I'm not gonna lie. If that happened, do you think I would not send those videos to every single one of my friends? I fucking would.
Absolutely. You would be a star on the internet.
Oh my god. That makes me a terrible son, but that's okay. No, okay. My family, we do generally one large vacation together every summer. So it's like everybody, me, my boyfriend, my sister, her husband, my mom, a couple of our friends. And we actually did like the Gatlinburg, Dollywood area this last year. And I convinced everyone, hey, let's go do Goats on the Roof. Goats on the roof. Get your thrills then. Fuck a goat. No, we went and I convinced my mom to do it. and she wasn't paying a lot of attention. And we're doing this night, okay? So we're doing it at night.
Best time to do those.
Oh, definitely the best time. She didn't pay attention, though, to what they were saying. So, as you know, to release the brake, you press down on the two handles next to you. And that releases brake. To brake, you let up on the handles. Well, she misunderstood. She thought it was the other way. You press down. She thought that was going to break her. So she goes up and she gets to the top. She hasn't pressed down all the way because she's just not ready. And she just thinks that her brakes are broken. She goes full speed down the whole thing.
Now she's not a tiny person, is she?
She's not a tiny person. No. So she has that extra inertia that's going to make her go very quick. I go ahead of her, and she's behind me, and I'm going fast. I'm not braking on purpose. But, there's a couple places where maybe I let up slightly. Okay, I'm a bit of a pussy. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, all of a sudden, I hear her. Probably about halfway through the course, I hear her. Ah! 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 I look behind, and she is coming up on me, okay? She's coming up on me, and I'm like, oh, let go of my brakes. So I go zoom in just so she doesn't hit me. She's freaking out. I'm like, what is happening? And we get to the end of the ride, and she hits those brakes. I've never seen my mother look so white. And we're pale people, okay? We're like Scottish and albino descent. No, yeah, she misunderstood. She thought she was gonna die. My poor mother. No, she was not happy about it.
No, it sounds. You should have gotten it on camera. That would have been great.
I was going to buy the on-ride photo because they do sell them because it was hilarious. She legit would not let me buy the on-ride photo. She's like, you're going to show that to your friends. You are not going to buy that. So I was
I'm not
not
going to show
allowed.
it to my friends. I'm going to show it to all my podcast listeners.
It's a great time. I will say, if you're out in that area, go ride them. They're worth it. They do count as a coaster credit, so it's not padding. It's legitimate.
So you can pad. You'll be able to pad, just like Slater did.
Fucking count.
Well, it fucking counts. I mean,
Well, that's a ride. But actually, speaking of that area around Dollywood and everything, we have a little bit of interesting news that you found out, I guess, when you were at the ACE event, didn't you?
A couple weeks ago, I was at the ACE event at Six Flags over Georgia, and Pete from Dollywood was there, and he was talking about all the changes coming up at Dollywood. And one thing that he mentioned was that Sideshow Spin, the high-quality kids coaster, has actually been removed.
Yeah, so here they are like, oh yeah, we're getting another new coaster, but failing to mention, by the way, we're taking it out. So they're taking out Sideshow Spin and replacing it with the children's Dick Coaster, Whistle Punk Chaser. Now, I'm not going to lie, I never rode Sideshow Spin. I'm not that much of a padder. I generally skip kiddie coasters.
I understand. The reason you didn't ride it is you didn't have any kids that could ride it with you. Don't say you're too fat, because I was able to ride it. I took my niece and nephew. We rode it. I got the credit. So I have one credit that you cannot get. But we have a new sponsor here at Ride This One.
It's true. We do have a new sponsor. It is Uncle Kevin's Kitty Rentals. Yeah, and I'm excited about this, too, because he wants to take this nationwide. I mean, he's going to start here at Dollywood, but we have his commercial for you right now.
Hello, coaster fans. Do you suffer from LCC, low coaster count? Are you tired of your friends posting pictures on Facebook about their 200th and 300th coaster ride? Do you find yourself riding the Orient Express at the county fair for some bullshit coaster cred just so you can say Kentucky Rumbler was your actual 50th? Sure, you've ridden everything at your local park, but your count is still in the 40s. But what about the cred your baby-making friends have that you don't? Lucy's Krabby Cabby at Carowinds or Sideshow Spin at Dollywood. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Well, have I got a solution for you. Uncle Kevin's Kitty Rental. We provide high-quality, obedient children to credit whores like you, so you can finally get those kitty creds you deserve. Simply fill out our online form and we will deliver a physically fit, emotionally stable toddler to your local amusement park to act as your child while you walk onto even the tiniest of roller coasters. After your ride, simply place the child in the convenient burlap sack provided and return to our unmarked windowless white van in the parking lot. In no time, you'll be padding your account and impressing nerds and ladies alike.
Wow, what a big spreadsheet you have.
I used to attend coaster events alone, afraid to talk to other enthusiasts because I was ashamed of my LCC. All that changed the day I called Uncle Kevin's Kiddy Rentals. Now I'm well on my way to making Mystic Timbers my 400th coaster. Thank you, Uncle Kevin.
Well, as like I always say, nothing gets you back on track like a borrowed kid in a burlap sack.
Call now, 1-800-CRED-WHORE. The first 50 callers will receive a promo code that will allow you to choose your child's ethnicity. Offer not valid in Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, or Florida.
Yeah, well, sign me up. That's not creepy at all.
Not at all. He first had the idea when we were at Dollywood last time.
And I'm glad to see that he's following his dreams and, always changing up jobs. You just keep him on his toes. That's exactly what we need. This is a service we've been waiting for.
You can now rent kids and get those kiddie coaster credits.
Absolutely. Only for rides, you fucking perverts.
Why would you rent a kid for anything other than riding?
Phrasing? Okay, before this gets any worse, let's move on.
One of the other interesting things that we learned about at the ACE event was Alabama Splash Country. For those of you who don't know, Alabama Splash Adventure has a CCI roller coaster called Rampage. They were actually the first people to come and discuss what's going on in the new season. New this season at Alabama Splash Country are palm trees. They took multiple trips down to Florida just to buy palm trees to stick in the middle of Alabama. If you want to see palm trees in Alabama, go to Alabama Splash Adventure. They've got palm trees. But that's not all they have. They have a CCI wooden roller coaster called Rampage. And it's supposed to be a really good coaster. Some people say it's in their top 5. Well, there is one corner that, let's just say, you wouldn't want to sit next to me. It was pulling at the beginning or at the end of the season when they were doing their testing, it was pulling 5Gs lateral.
Oh, see, and now I'm a little bit pissed that I haven't ridden this because I'm kind of a lateral boy. I do enjoy it. So that sounds like great to me. Maybe not sitting next to you like we both could sit in the same car on a wood coaster.
No, that would not. No, that would not. No.
That's hilarious. But no, they're gonna reprofile it. That basically they're gonna bitch out the ride. They're gonna tame it out.
They've said it's a little too much. 5Gs is a little too much. So they've reprofiled it, and when they open this season, it will be the high corner will be a lot more tame.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense for a GP perspective. And I'm glad that they're out here at this park. They seem to be doing good things. Alabama needs this park. It needs to succeed. Now, obviously, they're pushing heavy into the water park. We know that part of the family. We all know that rift in the family. We're not going to go into detail, but that part of the family loves their water parks. They're very heavily water park focused, but they seem like they do want to build up the dry section of the park. My thing is, they did drop a hint that big things are coming in 2018. Do you think we're actually going to be getting another roller coaster from them? I mean, is that what we're going to see, or is it just going to be more water park?
It's possible. Byron, the guy that was doing the presentation, actually showed us a picture of a walkway. They said there was more coming in 2018. So, really more coming. Maybe that's an RMC. maybe Alabama Splash Adventure is getting an RMC. You heard it first here on Ride This One podcast.
I'd be thrilled. That would make me very happy. My question is, were you able to tell like what part of the park this walkway was in at all, or was it just like a generic photo? Or
it was a generic photo.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was early and I wasn't fully awake. But maybe we can have somebody from Alabama Splash Adventure come on and talk about it with us here on Ride This One.
Yeah. What are the whispers? What's going on there? What's the Dippin' Dots guy saying? I want to know. I want to know what's happening. I'm excited. I want to see this park succeed. Because Alabama, it's this weird kind of dead state, unfortunately, for roller coasters.
This next year is really looking up for Alabama. They're actually in the process of opening a brand new park. How often do we see a park from the ground up being built? It's called OA. It's in the town of Foley, Alabama.
Yeah. And I vacation in the Gulf all the time. They have that other wood coaster out there in Gulf Shores. And so Foley is literally like 15, 20 minutes from Gulf Shores. And yeah, they're opening, I'd forgot, they're opening a completely new ground up theme park. And yeah, that just doesn't fucking happen. And the last time it did, we all remember what happened. It was
R.I.P.
Hard Rock Park.
Hard Rock Park.
Nights in white satin. It was just, aw. It's so sad.
Talk about that right there would be an amazing name for a superhero. Hashtag RTO superheroes, Knights in White Satins.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, add that to the list. We will bring that up next time. But let's talk about OWA. This is a big story, and people aren't as excited about this as I think they should be.
I think I'm really excited about it. I think they're going to be Zamperla's Europa Park.
Yeah, Zamperla's Europa Park. Except for it's a little bit less exciting because, Mach is maybe a little bit better in quality, but it's still exciting. Like I said, yeah.
They're trying to have the theming of Disney, higher quality than Six Flags. It's going to be a shopping destination, hotels. I mean, hell. It's going to have a hotel. Kings Island doesn't even have a hotel. Unless that's what's in the shed. Oh my goodness. They're putting a hotel in the shed. There's a special room that you can stay in the shed.
That's funny you bring that up because that sounds like, oh, that would actually be a terrible hotel room. But let's be honest. If they really made this special 1 or 2 room hotel that you could rent out that's in the shed, every fucking coaster nerd would be like, how much? I want to fucking stay there.
No coaster boy would actually be married or, have a girlfriend to take his woman there. So it's just like a single bed, a cot. So they don't even have to spend money. They don't have to spend big money. All you have to do is put a cot under the ride. That's it. Kings Island. That's it.
With a nightstand with tissues and lotion. Complimentary. For this sad, lonely coaster boy.
Make sure you don't take your black light.
No, because that's all that's in the shed. It's just cardboard cutouts, some black lights. So, oh my God, that's going to be a radiant room. Now that's a tangent. Let's go back to OA.
This is actually owned by the Porch Band of Creek Indians down there in Foley, Alabama. And OA means big water.
Which is weird because I think that's what you'd name a water park. They're not doing a water park, right? It's just the shopping and theme park, right?
That is part of their plans for the future is they're going to have a water park. They're going to have shopping. They're going to have a hotel. It's going to be a destination.
Yeah, and this is exciting. I mean, 2 coasters coming. You have a spinning wild mouse coaster. I don't know if we have names for the coasters yet. I just think that they've announced what they are.
They probably won't be nearly as exciting as Mind Blower.
I'm sure they will not be. I got mind blown at Funspot. No, so we're getting the Wild Mouse, and then we're getting a clone of the Thunderbolt at Luna Park there in like the Coney Island.
Which some people like, some people hate. And looking at the restraints, I'm looking forward to it. The restraints remind me a lot of Impulse at Knoebels.
Yeah, I love those.
The restraints
trains.
look awesome.
I still think that those are the type of trains we need on wood coasters. We won't get into this. We've established all this, like, legit. No, I think that people just freak out. Like, if they feel even the tiniest bit of vibration on a ride, it's not a good ride. It's a shitty ride. Don't you want to feel something? I mean, it's like sex with no friction. Well, that's my problem with some B&Ms.
I want a little friction, but I don't want to have shaken baby syndrome.
Well, either way, I'm excited about this because I go there all the time. Although now Waterville, USA, they're in Gulf Shores, they're going to have to step up their game because they have, a great, it's a great little wood coaster called Cannonball Run. And that's it. That's all that's been out there. And now there's like this full-blown fucking theme park, literally like 15, 20 minutes from them. So they're going to have to step up because, we do still have the Jazzland Park that they vote on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, on whether the sale will go through to them. And it's looking really good. Okay, it's looking really good. I actually talked to the people who do that. I'm on Facebook with them all the time. It looks like they are going to sell to the people who want to reopen Jazzland.
Wow.
Yeah, 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. Jazzland might reopen. Because their financial backing is not a joke, by the way. They literally already have the money in the bank, not just to buy it, but to rebuild the fucking park. It's there.
Wow.
So, they really stepped up their game. They were told no twice. So they went and they re-solidified their money. They got cash in hand, baby. Cash in hand. It's ready to go.
Now, for those that don't know, what's Jazzland?
Jazzland used to be Six Flags New Orleans, and I forget, that's right, because we might have people who don't know, which obviously in 2005, after Hurricane Katrina, went kaputs. But the infrastructure's there. They're going to have to demolish most of the buildings, but luckily, because how it was built, most of the buildings are steel structure. So they have to knock out all of the electrical and the drywall and stuff, but they still have these metal frames with foundations that are fine. So it's cutting the cost of what they're having to do exponentially. And most of the rides, they're going to have to pull out a lot of the old rides, but their foundations and footers for the rides are fine. You have I'm not going to pretend like these are going to be great rides that they're going to be starting with out there. You have the Jester, which is an old Vekoma, corkscrew coaster. But no, and then things like Megazeph, it's a steel structure wood coaster. So they're going to have to replace all the wood, but they already had the steel structure inspected, and it's in fine condition. It's absolutely fine. So they just have to pull out the wood and rebuild. It's expensive, yes, but it's a lot cheaper than building from the ground up.
But put some I-beam, it'll make it even better. It's exciting for that area, but take a step back and not think that we can actually handle the theme park blueprints guys' jobs.
Okay. Speaking of making things up like theme park blueprints. Segway, bitches!
Did you like that one?
Yeah. Did that make you feel good down inside?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Ooh, grr. Okay, I'm grossing myself out. No. No.
I can only listen to that intro once. Last week's intro was...
Okay, you think it's bad for you? All right, people out there, do you know what it's like to be sitting on your couch editing jack-off noises over the sound of Goliath moaning for 30 minutes, okay? I'm sitting there this is not fun. This is not fun.
The work that we do for our listeners.
Yeah, it's because we hate them, apparently, because we make them listen to that bullshit.
It was your idea, my friend.
Actually, no. Call out. That one was Mosley.
I was looking at Twitter, and I saw an amazing stat line. Kings Island tweeted out that they have the most feet of wood track at any park in the world at 18,804 feet. Now, that made me question, what is the point of stupid made-up records? I mean, look at Valraven. Valraven broke, quote unquote, broke 10 records. You know, it broke records like the longest dive coaster in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, it broke records. You know what record that ride broke for me? Biggest ride I could give a fuck about. I was like, fucking boring. I could not. I watched the POV for that, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck are you all doing? It's just,
They weren't spelling, that's for sure.
Oh my god, that's where it all started. What is with Cedar Fair and their names? But yeah, no, parks have been doing this a long time. They need to break a record. I don't know why, but this is nothing new. You can go back and you can look at rides at different parks. For years, they've been making up bullshit just so they can say they did it. When Millennium Force opened, I watched the video for that the other day, and they're claiming very first overbank turn on a Giga Coaster. Well, no shit.
Wow.
It's the first Giga Coaster. Everything. First hill on a Giga Coaster. You know?
The first drop on a Giga Coaster.
Absolutely. So all of these records, they don't fucking mean a thing.
The longest Giga Coaster in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to have a record that, let's be honest, we actually give a fuck about, be taller, be faster, more moments of airtime, amount of inversions, I don't know. But yeah, no, parks have been doing the made-up record thing forever. And it cracks me up, and I don't see the point to it. You know, I don't work in PR, so they're desperate for attention. But does that work on the GP? Does the GP go, oh, really? The most amount of, wooden track? Well, I wasn't going to go, but now I am. Like, I can't imagine that works.
If it was steel track, maybe, but the GP generally doesn't like the wooden coasters.
And I hate to, there is a thing with the wood coasters in the GP. They see it and be like, isn't that old? Those aren't safe. What, aren't those just like, people die on those things? And I mean, yeah, there is like a weird thing with GP. I hear it all the time. They still build those? Yeah, they still build those, assholes. They're the best.
I heard out of Europe, they're having the first ever Star Trek themed launched coaster.
It's true. Actually, no, it's not true because there was a Borg themed coaster, but I mean, I guess.
But was it a launched coaster?
You're right. All right. First launched coaster themed to Star Trek.
The first Star Trek themed launch coaster in Europe.
There you go.
These parks should hire me to come up with the record. So parks looking for record ideas, hit me up at RTO Goliath. I'll gladly come up with some amazing records for you guys.
I mean, it makes sense. I've never met someone so full of shit as you.
Well, I mean, other than the times you look in the mirror.
Well, fuck you. Yeah, no. So Warner Brothers Movie Park in Germany is getting this awesome, amazing looking new ride, Star Trek Operation Enterprise.
It's a Mack ride, which supposedly Mack rides are amazing. So
we'll be finding out soon, because one's coming to
it's
Silver Dollar City. What?
Right?
Yeah. But no, this is exciting, and I'm sure Matt from Yorkshire is going to be happy that we are mentioning something in Europe. No, this thing looks so freaking sick.
It really does.
It does. Oh my god, it's just such a sexy looking ride. And we'll put a link to some YouTube videos on this in our show notes to see if you haven't seen it. Take a look. You will be salivating and angry that you're not in Germany. It looks really great. But it got us thinking a little bit about, there's a lot that goes into rides beyond a name. But there's a lot of branding opportunity as far as hotels and food and, bars.
That would be awesome. Theme a hotel after Deep Space Nine. The lobby would be the flight deck. You could have a VR arcade that's themed after the holodeck. I mean...
Yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't want to do that?
And the bar.
Oh, the bar would be like my favorite. I'm a huge DS9
Alcoholic.
fan. Shh.
It's okay. I'm an alcoholic too. We can be alcoholics together.
Okay. Alcoholics in Space on Ride This One podcast.
Yay! Now I'm excited. I hope. Are they doing a bar? Have they said? Are they planning to do a bar with this? Do they serve alcohol? Okay, no. They serve alcohol. It's Germany.
It's Germany.
Of course they do.
Of course they serve alcohol.
Okay. This is exciting. Oh my god. If I can get a drink with like dry ice in it and then smoking up served to me by a fucking Ferengi, I'm gonna fucking come right now.
Amazing. I would that would be so much fun to be able to interact with a Ferengi like Quark or something. Although you'd have to worry about them stealing your wallet or something.
No, this is what's great. If they need to make the experience completely real by the price is different every time you go. Hey, I was in here yesterday and that drink only cost me $8. It's $12 today if you want it. Oh my god, this has got to be.
Oh my gosh, they have to have a new restaurant called The Replicator.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be the best. So yeah, no, it's just like you walk in and it's a wall and it looks just like the replicators that they had in like their private quarters. It was just a big wall of them. You go up to it and you have a digital menu or something. You just press button, you select what you want. And maybe it like puts down like fog or something. Now we've got 3D printers. We could have it on the fly print you the food that you want. Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Oh. Now, speaking of Europe, have you heard about this new Dueling Alpine coaster that's going in?
You heard it right. A Dueling Alpine coaster. So what you can do is you can get your cock out and then you can duel with the person on the other train.
This sounds like there's a possibility for a Coaster Sutra thing up in here. We'll have to think about that one. I'll come back.
Coaster Sutra, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is going into a park in Belgium called
Compagnie de Alpine.
That's 100% correct. That is how you say it. We're going to have to ask our friend Matt, see if he knows how to pronounce it. He probably does. And the ride is called Bellewarde. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to call it Dueling Alpine Coaster because I don't know how the fuck to say this. We will post, again, the link to the video of this.
No, the Bellewarde is the name of the park. The name of the ride is Dawnson Duel.
Okay, so it's going to Bellewarde, and the ride is called Dawnson Duel. That's yes. Fantastic.
I hope I can see Dawnson and Pacy themed on this ride.
Oh God. Oh my God. Every episode you show your fucking age. Also, that's a Dawson's Creek reference. That's the gayest fucking shit I've ever heard.
I watched it,
I don't
but
wait
it was
for our lives to be over. You expect that from me, but you? Oh, okay. But no, this is a really tiny park out in Belgium. I've never heard of it before until now, but I think this type of ride really lends itself to dueling. This could be really awesome. We'll never see it in America because in America we're not allowed to duel fucking anything except for at Hershey Park. Hershey Park does it. Kudos to them.
Well, we might see it at Knoebels.
Why would we see it at Knoebels?
Because they don't have any rules. I mean, they don't have any seatbelts on anything.
That's true.
Perfect. This is perfect
It is
for
true.
Knobles.
Yeah, I mean, things are like the Wild West at Knobles. Anything can happen there. I think we've established that. I'm surprised that we're even still allowed at that park. But no, this is exciting. Is it enough to get me to go to Belgium? No, I'm going to go for the beer, and I'm going to ride that while I happen to be
I'm
there.
going for the waffles. The interesting thing to me is that this Alpine coaster is actually being made on a quote-unquote man-made hillside.
Really?
So they created a hill for this Alpine coaster.
Wow. So this is a ride that's generally really cheap to make because of an existing hill. You can put it in places that are hard to build. Like, okay, so then that means they have flat land, which a lot of parks would kill to have flat land. And they're like, you know what? Fuck that. Wow. That is insane.
It's like Disney. Disney's going to take this idea and bring it to Disney France. I've heard that Disney's rebought a lot of the shares of Disneyland Paris stock. So, you know, what they're going to do is they're just going to take this idea of a racing Alpine coasters and make a new Matterhorn at Disneyland Paris. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Disney is trying to buy all remaining shares left for Euro Disney, Disneyland Paris. It's kind of an interesting move. I mean, I guess business-wise, this makes sense, to keep in control of what they have. I guess I don't know why this surprises me, but it does surprise me. Disneyland Paris, from what I understand, is this one of the best Disney parks that gets shit on so much because it had such a tough time when it opened.
Nothing will make it better than a dueling Alpine slide themed after the Matterhorn.
It's true, and what does Disney do? They build fucking mountains. It's no joke.
The only problem is it won't make it till 2021 or 22.
True. Yeah, we'll see it in the distant future, because that's all Disney ever does. But, all of this Disney talk, and I know, guys, we promise we're not a Disney podcast, but we can't completely pretend like Disney doesn't exist, because it does.
I heard this week something special happened. We got some fucking lights at Disney. That's right. Drew the intern from In the Loop posted on Twitter that there was fucking lights. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to go see some light on light action.
Oh, fuck yeah. That sounds great. And I love this. I love that literally we were just saying, Rivers of Light's never gonna fucking open, and a week later, Rivers of Light fucking opens, and people say it's good. Oh my fucking god, they say it's good?
That's what they said. I mean, but you know how Disney likes to add smells? I wonder if they added a certain medicinal plant to improve the experience.
True though, maybe what they did is so people would like it. Instead of they pulled away from putting lights in Joe Rohde's ears, maybe they just put a couple of blunts, lit them, and have him walk through the crowd. And they're like, this really doesn't suck completely. I'm fucking hungry. Let's go get a churro.
Ride. That's the only thing that'll make food at that fucking park good.
Oh my god. No, this is I'm glad. I'm glad that this is working out. Things, people are getting excited for Avatarland, which we have an opening date. Yay!
We do. Yay!
May 27th, we can go get our Na'vi on.
Animal Kingdom Tailfuckers, opening Memorial Day weekend 2017.
But no, so that's great. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to go check out Avatarland. I've been looking forward to it, like I said.
You're going to be there opening day, right?
Fuck no. I am not. You know where I might go opening day is Oa, but I am not going to go. I'm staying the fuck away from any Disney property on its opening. Fuck that shit. Legitimately, it would be accidental fucking, because there would be so many people there. You can't help but get a dick up your ass, okay?
It would be dick to ass, literally.
Dick to ass, literally, and I'm not looking for that to happen. So I'll wait until the fall, and I'll go then. Orlando in general has given us a lot of announcements as far as when shit's going to open. Star Wars, we now have officially not in a date, but we have a year. They're saying 2019, which is by far fucking earlier than I thought that was going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. I thought we were going to be able to build the Death Star before we got Star Wars Land.
I'm glad, though, because honestly, this needs to hurry up because right now there's not shit to do in Hollywood Studios.
I have to say you're right, but it still is my favorite park. The quality of ride at Hollywood Studios blows all the other parks away. There's just 5 of them, but they're all fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. And then you have Volcano Bay. Now, we haven't really talked about Volcano Bay and their Tapu Tapu. Hey, baby. Come over here. Let me give you a little bit of tapu tapu.
I'll give you some tapu tapu.
It's just so bad. I show you a good time, don't you know? So their Volcano Bay has a set opening date for...
It's the same. It's the same weekend. Memorial Day is going to be a huge clusterfuck of traffic if you're down in Orlando.
Holy shit. What are the guys at In the Loop going to do? They're going to have to somehow cover both. But it is interesting how this is supposed to be super heavily themed and it's not. I want to talk about a bit of the market within water parks that is just completely untapped. And I got really excited with the announcement of Volcano Bay. I was just like, oh, maybe they're going to finally do this. And now I'm finding out it doesn't look like it. Maybe partially with the rides that are in the volcano. Those are going to be super heavily themed. Really, really cool. But why don't we have like Harry Potter, like Disney, like truly immersive? And water parks. Why can't I have a lazy river where I'm going through, it's almost make it like a dark ride almost. Like, I want to see fucking animatronics. I want to see shit happening. Make it a fucking story. Because the throughput, the amount of people that could go through something like that, the money to be made. I mean, why aren't we seeing rides? Why aren't we seeing water coasters? Why aren't we seeing standard, like, river rapids rides that we get at theme parks? Flume rides. Why isn't this happening?
Well, they've been working on this recently. They've been working on this technology recently. They have the water raft ride that flips over. They have the shoot the chutes that falls down backwards and almost drowns people. So they've been working on this concept for you, Slater.
Yeah, but they're all just copying Knott's Berry Farm, really, because Knott's Berry Farm has been throwing sea cows from water rides since 2001. It's funny. It is funny. People talk about how dangerous roller coasters are, and it's all bullshit. We all know roller coasters are safe. The accidents are happening on water rides,
right,
guys.
Yes.
They are. Oh my God. I mean, first of all, drownings in water parks all the time. I mean, and that's a given. I don't blame parks for that. I mean, motherfuckers can't swim. Okay? But yeah, no, perilous plunge, Knott's Berry Farm. That lady died there. I mean, it's a sad situation, but it happened. You had the issue at Cedar Point where their flume ride, no one died, but that was only because GP fucking jumped into the water, and it was like 5 or 6 of them fucking flipped the boat over. God bless the GP for once. You have the situation at in Australia at the movie park there, where their River Rapids ride recently got caught up in the conveyor belt, and that was horrible. You had 3 people die there. And then near to me was a certain ride that may have killed somebody. The Root.
the tallest, steepest drop ride in Kansas City.
The Root. Heads will roll. Oh no. That's terrible. It's so sad. That is a really, really sad story. So yeah, no, this is where the accidents are happening.
And you want more of these, and you want them better themed?
I mean, But no, I think that there is a missing market for water parks as far as being truly immersive, truly heavily themed. I want more stuff like what we have at Holiday World with the mammoth and stuff like that. I don't want to walk up fucking stairs. Put me on a conveyor belt, take me up there, and, let me then go down the slide. Treat it like a theme park.
What we need water elevators like they have down in the Bahamas.
I'm not familiar with these water elevators. Tell me more.
At Atlantis in the Bahamas, they have a water elevator. Instead of riding to the top of the ride, you actually get in this water-powered elevator, and it takes you to the top of the lift.
Huh. So why don't we see this more?
I guess companies don't really want us turning into WALL-E.
Whatever. Yes, they do.
Well, I mean, the quality of food, they're turning us into it for sure.
So moving on, though, from Disney and Universal parks that have unlimited sums of money to spend.
And I wanted to take a second just to go ahead and play a voicemail that we got the other day from a Mrs. Schultz out in Minnesota. So, yeah, take a listen.
Oh, hey, this is Mrs. Schultz from Fergus Falls, Minnesota. And I thought I would take just a moment while my kids play here in the park to give you two a call. Now, I'm calling because I'm greatly upset, don't you know? You'll see, a few weeks ago, I caught my little Timmy listening to those two nasty boys, Mike and the EBs, over there at the Coaster Radio Computer Radio Show. And when I heard the filth coming out of their mouths, oh goodness, I thought I was hearing the devil himself, don't you know? Since then, I realized as a mother, I have a responsibility to my community and family. So I went to our local library here, which is just lovely, by the way. You should visit. And I took me a computer course on how to surf the World Wide Webs, which, just so you know, is nothing like actual surfing, thank my stars. And don't you know, the World Wide Web is an amazing place, my goodness. So many websites about crafts and scrapbooking. Oh, but gee willikers, is there a dark side to it too? One of the first things I learned is how to find out what my little angel babies have been doing on our home PC. Now, PC means personal computer, in case you don't know. Well, I looked, don't you know, and other than my little Amy going to the PBS website once without permission, they've been angels. But this brings me to why I called, don't you know? Turns out my husband Gary has been going to this website. It's HTTP:, then two weird slashy things, and www, which means World Wide Web for you non-techies out there, period, ride this one, period, com. Well, I went there thinking it was about model trains, and oh my gee willikers, the level of filth YouTube... I just don't know what to do. And I can't believe that my sweet Gary of 25 years would listen to something as truly disgusting as the likes of you two. But I believe the good Lord has led me to your computer radio shows for a reason. Obviously, you two boys need a strong motherly example. So you twos and I will be having many a conversation in the next few weeks. Now I have to go for now. I have to make some cupcakes to help raise money for this summer's Bible camp. But I'll be calling again soon. Timothy James Schultz, you get that out of your mouth right now. Okay, goodbye, boys. It's huge, it's huge.
Okay, well, I'm not sure quite how I feel about that, Mrs. Schultz, but, thank you for your call, and, we look forward to hearing more from you. Anyways,
I do want to talk, though. I want to talk about Conneaut Lake Park.
What's Conneaut Lake Park?
It is a little shithole of a park in Pennsylvania. Now...
And why the hell do you want to talk about it?
All right, this is a park. Now, I know a lot of enthusiasts, they'll be mad that I called it a shithole. But you know what? You need to own what it is. It's a fucking shithole. This is a weird park. It's a very old park. It sits on Conneaut Lake.
That's really creative.
Yeah, I know. It's built like in a neighborhood. So it's like there are homes almost like in the middle of the park.
Can I stay in the homes in the middle of the park?
I think they're private property, so no. But
Well, I know you probably couldn't because you get kicked out.
probably. But they have a wood coaster called the Blue Streak, not to be confused with Cedar Point's Blue Streak. Now, this is, I'll tell you, killer airtime on that first drop. This is a good ride. Literally over the past 5 years, 6 years, they've been retracking it slowly. But it's the first ride I've ever rode where I'm like, oh shit, I might really die on this. That's how rickety this thing is.
Isn't that the one that gave you whiplash?
It is. And I'm not kidding. I got literally diagnosable whiplash from that ride because I think they fixed it, but at the bottom of that first hill, there was this jolt, and it would just go up to your spine if you didn't sit in the right seat. And I experienced that, and it gave me whiplash. So, but this is just the shittiest park. They have struggled. That park has basically died and come back to life several times over the past 15 years. I mean, but they have new people who are managing it now. And they are so far back behind in like property tax and stuff. And they've been so many lawsuits and all this stuff. But this new group of owners, I mean, they're fucking stepping up. Like, they have literally in the past like 3 years paid down half of the taxes due on that park. This is a huge deal. They had a very, very small water park. Water park is being really generous. It's basically a lazy river, and in the middle of it, there's one slide tower that goes down into a pool. They had even got that reopened. It looks great. I mean, they're actually trying to bring this park back. So this is actually exciting. This is a park that we're watching to see actually might actually be coming back from the dead. So I would watch that park. They've had a lot of issues, fires, bankruptcies. It's just a lot of mishandling with that park. They have the famous gum wall. Go look up Conneaut Lake. It's Conneaut, Conneaut Lake, and type in gum wall. It's disgusting. Okay? It's disgusting. But I've left my mark. My gum's up on that wall.
It's part of a dark ride called the Devil's Den.
Yes, the Devil's Den. I count it as a credit.
Stat
this
whore.
Is really similar to
Stat whore.
No one ever said I wasn't.
Okay. I'm looking at the videos, and it says the Devil's Den. The actual sign says the Devil's Den, featuring the infamous gum wall.
Yes.
They are proud that they
sign.
have the gum wall. Wow.
And it's so gross. It has this. Okay, let me explain something to you. That gum wall is so old, and it's so big, and it's been there so long. When you're on the ride, it's one of the first things you encounter, and as you pass it, literally, I shit you not, it smells like spit and a faint bit of mint. It's so gross.
Oh,
it's so gross.
It's just the only thing that make it worse is adding a black light.
Oh, there's plenty of black lights in that ride. It is a historical ride, though. It's one of only 2 in existence by this company. It is technically portable. They have it. I can guarantee you this: if Conneaut Lake ever went out, Knoebels would buy it like that. Like they would
charge
so
an extra
fast.
$3 to ride it.
They would, and actually, it's a very similar style attraction to the Haunted Mansion at.
Which do you count that as a credit?
Which still weirds me out. Does RCDB count that as a credit? Because RCDB counts Devil's Den as a credit, just so you know.
They also count Larson cock rings as well.
They do?
Yes, they do.
Really? Oh my god. Okay, well now I'm starting to lose faith in you, RCDB. Larson fucking cock rings. Let me see. No, okay. So Knoebels, RCDB does not count Haunted Mansion, but they do count Devil's Den. Although they did not count Devil's Den
for a long time. Like, they count it, though, as a wild mouse coaster. And to be honest, it is legit completely gravity driven.
It was Slater. Slater contacted them and says, hey, I need to increase my coaster count. Please, please, please convert this. Change this into a coaster credit so I can count it.
You know, it's funny you say that because you're not wrong. I did contact them after my Pennsylvania trip, and I was like, hey, there's this ride at this park called Devil's Den. I'm like, and it's gravity driven. You have a lift hill, and it's a wild mouse. You go through hairpin turns, and there's even one big hill on it. Okay, big, being subject to opinion. But
it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. They got back to me in about a week. I was not the first person to message them on this. This has been like 2014, 2013. It was a very polite, fuck you, no, we're not doing this. But I guess people kept emailing them and finally like, fuck, fine, we'll add it. I am vindicated.
Congratulations, stat patter. On this week's episode, Slater is a stat patter.
It's what I am. It's not the only thing I've had. But, alright guys, it's been lovely. We've been talking long enough. We're gonna shut the fuck up. But, a few things. We need you. We need you all to please, if you find us on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. You can write whatever you want. I don't care what you say, but click that 5-star. It really does help us. I don't know why it helps us. People say it helps us, but apparently it does. Also, please, we want to talk with you. We're looking for people to, come on our show to keep us entertained. So, Goliath, where can they find you on Twitter?
RTO Goliath on Twitter.
And you can find me at RTO Slater. We also have a website, www.ridethisone.com. So you can find us there. We have a Facebook.
Imagine, facebook.com/ridethisone.
Yeah, super original. Well, we also are on Instagram. I fucking hate Instagram, but sure. Like, get on Instagram.
We have Snapchat.
We do have Snapchat. Snap us at
Ride This One. And for those of you who are not very tech savvy, we even have a phone number. It's 26 Ride This or 267-433-8447.
And don't forget, you can text that number too. If you don't want to talk, send us a text. Positive, negative. We want to hear from you because we really, really want attention. We have terrible self-esteem. We cry ourselves to sleep, okay?
That's just Slater.
Come on, I just need love. But thanks so much for tuning in again to Ride This One podcast.
If you have a superhero name, remember, #RTO Superhero. Give us your best theme park superheroes.
Yes, and by best we mean the worst because we want these to be so bad. All right, well guys, thank you so much. We appreciate everyone who listens legitimately. Again, big thank yous to everybody who's helped us out in the loop. Coaster fucking radio. And and I almost forgot. I wanted to give a call out to another wonderful podcast out there. Grim Grinning Host. Go take a listen. Those guys are funny. They're really nice guys. They're doing a good podcast out there. So shout out to them. Go take a listen because you're missing out if you're not.
Peace out, motherfuckers. Peace out, you motherfuckers. Peace out, motherfucker. Peace out, motherfucker.
Okay, that's good.
Peace out, motherfucker.
Ride This One podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.